Hello and welcome to Wireman's Whimsy. It is Throwback Thursday and I am using Tasteful Touches along with the Tasteful Textile 3D embossing folder. This is one of my favorite folders. I use it a lot. It just adds that little bit of texture to a plain card. So I'm using the masking method with this one. These I've obviously used a lot over and over and over again. To do the masking method, what you do is you stamp your image down on thin paper, cut it out, and then when you've stamped your image on your cardstock, you cover it up, and then you can stamp over top, and the image stays the same. That's how I've done the leaves here, is I've put the mask over top so the flower doesn't end up with leaves over it. So let's get started. I am using soft seafoam and Blushing Bride for this card. I don't use soft seafoam a lot, but I've started to kind of pull it in a little bit more lately. So I've got a soft seafoam tent fold card. Because we're doing this as a landscape card, and a 5 1/4 by 4 in the basic white. So I'm going to stamp the greeting, just saying hello, before I do anything else. I'm doing that in the Blushing Bride. And I'm going to pop it down. Here I put it a bit low. I'm just going to pop it up just a little bit higher here. And there we go. I know this one is straight because I tested it before. Sometimes the labels don't always go on straight, or the die or the stamp isn't cut the same way that the greeting is. So it's always a good idea to kind of test your greetings out before you stamp them on your project. And I generally stamp them first so that I don't end up messing up an almost finished project. The other thing too is if you do mess it up, you stamp it on a separate piece of paper, die cut it out with a frame die, and you're good to go. You just cover it up. So I'm just going to go around and stamp the flowers around the edge like this, and then one down here like this. Okay, and you can see that it dries just much brighter pink than the ink when it's wet. So this is where I'm going to come in with my masks and the soft sea foam. Just have to put my mask the right way around. There we go, just like that. And then once these get used a lot, you need to redo them because they just get soft and mushy. But I'm going to come in with my leaves, and I'm going to come in like this. And then I'm going to come in again like this. And I'm going to do one over here. Let's just make sure this is still in place. Just like that. And I'm going to move this one around to here, but I just want to pop some leaves in onto that one corner there. Whoops, and I've just dropped that down. So if you do something clever like that, I dropped the stamp down on the image and it smeared over here. So guess what? We're going to add some leaves over there. There's almost nothing that you can do that you can't fix along the way. You don't have to start all over again every time something happens. So I'm going to come in like this, and then I'm going to come in the bottom here, and let's just move this up while I work on the bottom of the card. Then this one comes down here to mask, and now you can see how there's leaves behind the flowers and not over top of the flowers. So I'm going to come in like this, just pop that down. You could come in and do a little bit more on the edge here if you want to. So we'll do that just to kind of balance out the top where I made my oopsie. So we'll just put a little bit of green there like that. Okay, so that is our card essentially, but we are going to run it through the embossing folder. I'll hold them both up and hopefully you can see in the light the difference. You could absolutely use this just the way it is. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. I do just like that little bit of interest with the Tasteful Textile folder. So I'm going to pop that in my Stampin' Cut and Emboss, run it through, and then we can just adhere it to the card. If you wanted to add bling, you can absolutely add bling. You can do what you like. Again, as always, it's your card. You can change up the colors. If you want something a lot more vibrant, you can absolutely use brighter colors. You could use Melon Mambo and Granny Apple Green on this, on a Granny Apple Green background. The possibilities are endless. But I was looking to do something nice and soft for this Throwback Thursday. So it is a Throwback Thursday using Tasteful Touches and then the Tasteful Textile 3D embossing folder. So thank you so much for watching, and we will create together again soon.